Now, with a big change from Southwest Airlines, the end of free checked bags starting today. It'll cost you $35 for the first bag, $45 for the second. Here to talk about the rising tide of airline fees is our guy, the points guy, Brian Kelly. So let's break this on down.
Free lunch is over.
Oh, it's over. It's over. Southwest has joined so many who are now going to charge for checked bags. And this is in addition to already other fees that these low-budget airlines are putting on. So the question is it still worth to fly them?
Yeah, so, I mean, all airlines are adding fees. That's how the airlines are making money these days. Last year, over $7 billion in fees. And investors are aiming, they say Southwest could make over $1 billion just in this baggage fee this year. So, but it's not just low-cost airlines that have these fees. All the major airlines have it, and get this, they're even adding fees in business class and first class. Certain airlines now will charge you $100. Imagine this, you've spent $7,000 on a business class ticket, and now there's still, some airlines are adding fees just to choose a seat in business class. So fees are here to stay, and it's important to know how to hopefully get around them.
You say they're here to stay, they're not going away?
They're not going anywhere because, you know, the airlines have merged. There's not choice. Consumers are looking and say, well, if you don't want to fly Southwest, every other airline is charging the same fees. So what I recommend to people is just choose the airline that has the best on-time performance. You know, Delta consistently comes in as the most on-time airline because if you're going to pay these fees, you might as well get to where you're going on time. If you don't live in a Delta city, though, I always recommend just choose nonstop, get there the quickest. But if you're going to pay these fees, know that, you know, with checked bags, if your bags get there late, you know, 12 hours late, the airline now, due to new DOT rules, they have to refund you. Same thing, if you're paying for internet fees on a plane and that internet's slow, dispute it. Immediately just send a 30-second email and you'll get that $20 back.
Real fast.
You know, that's my message to consumers. Just because you have to pay these fees, if they don't deliver on what they're charging you for, like with resort fees, a lot of hotels, you check there and now, you know, there's $100 a day to use a pool. Well, obviously that's why I went to the hotel. But, you know, if you couldn't get towels or anything, always ask to have the fees taken off. You'd be shocked at how often they'll just take them off.
But as you said, even with these new baggage fees, could be $1 billion they could make. So it's just basically just adding for profit. But with that being said, and people needing to get where they need to get, is there a point when the passenger may go, enough is enough?
Unfortunately, there's just, you know, passengers want to travel. This past weekend, we saw the third busiest travel day ever. And I will say one bit of relief is that airfares have not risen dramatically. This summer, we're actually seeing about an 8% drop. So at least we're not seeing crazy increases in airfare. But I recommended people, you know, with Southwest, if you were to still check 2 bags, that's $160 round trip. Getting an airline co-brand credit card can come with a huge sign-up bonus, and almost all the airlines now have free checked bags as part of that, unlimited all year long. So if you're flying even once a year round trip, getting, you know, or if you fly multiple times with the same carrier, getting that co-brand card that gives you those free checked bags, priority boarding, that can make your life a lot easier, and it's much cheaper than actually paying for those fees outright.
That is something really to keep in mind. What else can they charge us for extra? I mean, what
Don't
else?
ask.
What
Don't
else is
ask.
left?
Robin, now that you ask, we actually saw a seat design recently for standing room only on planes. Can you believe that?
I had to ask.
It's like a bike saddle that it somewhat supports your core. This is real. I thought this was April Fool's Day when I saw it. This was unveiled at the Airline Interiors Expo in Germany, which is very respected. And this, they could fit even more people on the plane. And, you know, this is for flights under 2 hours, but there's never a flight under 2 hours because in New York you're waiting on the runway for an hour each way.
That way. Do you see Will Reeve over there? He's got the biggest smile on his face.
You can't even tell people to sit anymore with those seats.
Ryanair, the CEO of Ryanair years ago even said he wants to charge €1 to use the lavatory. But I think that's where we draw the line.
Wow.